I really love watching videos and see what everybody else is working on, so I thought I perhaps would reciprocate and make you a video to show you some of the things that I've been working on and some of the plans I have. So the first thing I want to show to you is a finish, and this is a sampler that I've done for my friend's little girl for her christening. It's a little dove designs, it's on 18 count sort of biscuit coloured Ida, and I have loved stitching this. It's been an absolute pleasure. I think I've said it in a video before, you can just sit down and do a whole section in one go. It's been a delight to stitch. It's been so lovely. I would really recommend their designs to anybody. They've got quite a few nice ones. They've got a nice Christmas one. They've got this in a boy version with like blue around the edge. I think this is so gorgeous. It's so feminine. The little butterflies. I did all this back stitching last, which was saved it from getting caught in the hoop. With that cute little cat with her little whiskers. And these beautiful little dogs, striped little angelfish, hearts everywhere. These gorgeous elephants with their little trunks holding together. Beautiful little rabbits with a little pink bit on their ears. I've loved this. I really hope they like it. If somebody did that for my baby, I'll be really happy. That's why I chose it. I'm going to get a nice white frame for it and perhaps like a pink overlay. Get all the pink to pop type thing. So yeah, I'll show you that when it's all completely fully finished. This is from ages ago, but I just thought I'd show you this one. This is the finish. It was originally shown in one of my earlier videos. I really don't know what to do with it though. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I was maybe thinking I could make it into like a door hanger, like put some pretty material on the back, make it like kind of squashy with a ribbon on the top so I can hang it on the door. What do you think? It'd be quite nice. It's beautiful. I would definitely want to do something nice with it. But it's a shame just to have it sitting in my kit finished and not having any plan for it. I've been really inspired recently watching Carolyn Mazzeo's videos. I'm a bit addicted to them actually. I've recently had one of those new TVs that you can hook your YouTube up and watch YouTube on the TV, which is amazing when you're watching long YouTube videos and watching everyone's updates and whip videos and all that sort of thing. You can just sit and stitch and catch up with what everybody else is doing. And Carolyn gets so much stitching done. I don't know how she actually manages to do it. I certainly haven't got time in my life to stitch every single day, but it's given me a little bit of inspiration to perhaps try doing some sort of rotation so that I have a plan in my mind of what I'm going to stitch which week. So I'm always stitching something fresh. I wouldn't get, you know, too stressed out if I missed a week or something, you know, life happens, but I thought it'd be nice to have some sort of plan. I've noticed recently that my stitching has got a lot faster than it ever used to be. It's been sitting in my kit for probably about 15 years. It's probably the first proper kit that I ever bought 15 years ago. And when I first started it, I really didn't know what I was doing. The quality of this is really variable. It's a Felicity Wishes Emma Thompson DMC kit, and it's on 16 count white Ida. And I pulled it out. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like a couple of days ago. So it's taken me a couple of days to get this finished. There is one tiny little bit here that I haven't done there because I've run out of that colour, so I need to buy some more. But the rest of it is all finished. It just needs the back stitching done on it now. It's the reason I stopped is it was just taking me forever. I was so slow. I think as you get better at stitching, your technique gets faster. I learned to stitch two-handed. I'm just quicker at threading up my needle, and my approach is more methodical, and I can feel straight away if there's some sort of tangle. Whereas before, I probably would have carried on stitching and then ended up in a tangle and having to unpick loads of it. So there's lots of reasons I think as you get more experience that you get faster. I've also recently had this lovely daylight lamp bought for me. There it is. By my lovely boyfriend for Mother's Day, which is why I've left the little ribbon on because it was just such a lovely present. I love it. And so I've moved this chair a little bit, and this has kind of created a nice new little stitchy spot for me. I've got the two little tables either side for the remotes and my drink, and that in itself has helped me start to do more stitching. It's just such a lovely snuggly place to be, and where I am here, tucked around the corner a little bit from the window, even in the daytime, the light isn't amazing in this seat, but now that I've got my lamp, that makes stitching quicker, and it makes it so much more enjoyable to do. This kit, because it's so old, this is the state of the threads. Isn't that shameful? This huge section of dark grey here is all for the back stitching, and once the back stitching is done, you know, it'll be finished. And the funny thing about this design is that it's nothing that I would buy now. I really wouldn't choose that design now. 15 years ago, that was right up my street, and I really loved the picture. I'm sure some little girl would love to have that in her room. I have to think about what to do with it when I finished it. But it's special because, you know, it was the first thing that I ever did, and a lot of work's gone into it. I mean, in 15 years, an awful lot's happened in my life. And I can remember where I was sitting when I did this bit, and I was on holiday when I did this bit. And I know that I'm not supposed to show you any charts because it's infringing copyright, but I have to just give you a quick sneaky peek at this. I'm going to cover up what the chart symbols mean so that nobody could actually stitch it. Trust me, you could never stitch anything from this chart anyway. But this... I'm so embarrassed showing you this. Oh God, this is 15 years of... Look at the state of that. Isn't it bad? It's even got a hole in the middle. It's so bad. It's nearly done, and this will probably be going in the bin. It's not a chart I'm going to keep, I don't think. That's the original chart. That's what it's going to look like in the end. But it's had all the back stitching put on. I suppose she's quite cute with her jar. Maybe I'll learn to love it again when I've put the back stitching on. Okay, so another whip in my kit that I've never properly given the attention to and finished is this. Now, this is a design from a magazine which was beautiful in the design of it, but I didn't like the colours of it at all. It was oranges and yellows
and pinks and some beautiful beading on these flowers.
So this was originally started for my sister Bella. I've managed to find how I changed all the codes and I made myself this thread organiser, and I have still got all these threads. So if I do anything on that, I will show you. I also purchased this dimensions kit. I've never tried anything like this before, and with this one it's really important to me. I'm going to stitch it square by square. I've never approached a kit like that before. I've always started in the middle and worked my way outwards, but with this one I wanted to start in the corner and sort of work down in squares. That's what I've done. I had a conversation with some people on social media about this, and they were saying that these kits don't normally give you enough thread to do parking. But I wanted to have a go at parking anyway. So what I've done is my own little version of parking. So basically I have stitched it square by square, but if I've got thread left over that's being used in the next square, I've just parked it in the next square where that occurrence comes again. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is the progress I've made on it so far, as you can see. I mean, I've been on holiday, so I've managed to get a lot more stitching done than I would normally. This is 3 days stitching, I think, which is quite good for me for 3 days stitching. All of this is 10 stitch. What really surprised me about this kit was the fact that the number of strands you use for each colour, each symbol is different. So first of all, I did all this cloud with just 2 strands of white, and then I suddenly realised, oh, you're supposed to use 5 strands of white. Now 5 strands of white being pulled through, and this is 18 count light blue Ida, is brutal. It was hurting my hand to pull it through. So, and I think it looks really messy. I don't know what you think, but I think it looks really messy. So I'm not going to change that because it does give some texture to the cloud, but from now on, when it says 5, I'm going to use 4 because I just physically couldn't pull the 5 through. And if you make a mistake with 5, you cannot frog it. And it's by that point, it's made all the holes in the Ida gape open. So if you made any mistake, it would be really hard to come back from without making a real mess. So I'm really enjoying watching the picture appear on this. I've never done that before, and I've seen people do it before and thought, how are they doing that? But now I realise that they just sort of park the thread ready for the next square, which is what I've done here. Like for example, this thread here, I know I'm using a lot more of it here, so I just parked it there. It was just logical to me at the time to do that, and again here. But it's then allowed me to just stitch the 10 by 10 squares. And I've really, really enjoyed stitching in this new way. It's quite a complicated design, so it completely engages me. And I find that really relaxing if I'm completely engaged, completely concentrating on it. It just is total relaxation for me. And I think at the end of this design, what I will do with this piece is frame it and give it to my dad. I'm pretty certain he doesn't watch my cross stitch videos, so I think I'm safe to tell you that. But he loves colour and he loves water and boats and being on holiday. And this is called Lakeside Village. I'm not sure exactly where it would be set. Kind of looks Italian to me. Now this is the sort of place my dad would love to be on holiday. So I'm going to do it for him. That is my plan. And in fact, when I was doing this section, he was sitting next to me for most of the time, so he'll know what work's gone into it. He actually said to me, "Oh, I couldn't do that. That would drive me nuts." So yeah, hopefully the design won't drive him nuts when I give it to him. I've also recently discovered the Country Cottage Needleworks designs, and I have fallen in love with this company. Oh my goodness, how did I not know about it before? So again, Carolyn Mazzeo really inspired me here, and she's been stitching these. This is April, Cottage of the Month, that's what it's called. The recommended fabric for these is Permin 28 count lamb's wool linen. Now, I have never stitched on linen before, but I'm really inspired by Carolyn in particular to have a go at this. She's got a fantastic video on her website, on her floss tube, about the differences in fabric between Aida, between even weave and linen, and she explains it in so much detail, and she shows you how to stitch on each one, and I'll include a link to that below. And that was so clear. It's given me the confidence to buy some linen and go for it. So I've bought enough linen to make all 12 of them. It is quite tempting once I look at this. This is massive, can you see? Stitch them all on one and make one massive design, but I've decided no, I'm going to make the cubes. And they've got some of the beautiful designs on their website, sort of like Santa's Village and the Frosty Forest one, which I would do as a bigger piece, but I thought I'll have a little go at doing some little cottages first, just to get used to stitching on the linen, and I'll let you know how I get on with that. Hopefully I won't find it too confusing. I'm really excited about it, I have to say. And that is pretty much what's happening. The other idea I have is my boyfriend absolutely loves Star Wars, so I wanted to do something for him, especially as he's bought me my beautiful lamp, and he puts up with me sitting there stitching and ignoring him a lot. So there's some beautiful designs with Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, and I think there's another one where it's just sort of the outline of them.
This is the sort of thing that I mean, and it's from an Etsy shop called Stitchline.
My idea was to stitch it on black fabric, but to use like a variegated DMC thread, which I thought might make it stand out and bring it to life a little bit. I'm not sure. I need to talk to him about what he would like and how we're going to do that. So.
Stitchline also have these designs, which are a little bit more girly, and they've put all the colour on there for you as well.
I thought that'd be really nice to do something completely different and for somebody I love. So that rounds up where I'm at with my stitching at the minute. It's a good time to talk to you about it because I've just been on holiday and spent absolutely loads of time stitching and not doing a fat lot else. But normally in my normal life things are quite busy and I can't stitch every day, it's just not possible. I'm putting a plan together and seeing how it goes, trying to get myself doing a little bit more stitching. Now I've got my stitches spot, and try and sort out a rotation as well. So I'll let you know how I get on with it, see if it's a complete disaster or if it works. We'll let you know. Only time will tell. I nearly forgot to tell you in this video about what I have behind me here. So with this dimensions kit that I'm doing, it came with more floss than I have ever seen in my life in a kit, okay? I couldn't believe how much there was. So if I just move the camera slightly to the side here, I've just popped some little hooks on the wall up here, and I've put just all the floss that it comes with onto a bulldog clip, a pretty one, obviously, as it's my living room, and I just hook them up there because we really don't want a repeat of this situation. So I've also got a hook up here because it also came with, in addition to these two big panels, it came with a ton of extra here as well. So there's like, I mean, you can't really tell on this video, but there is so much here, just a good handful of extra threads as well. So I've just popped them on a hook as well. I hope you enjoyed looking at all my stuff, stitchy stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.